shit. I would have done terrible in this competition. Terrible. Hi guys, if you don't know who I am, my name is Liam, and here on this channel we watch RuPaul's Drag Race, and then we come over here and we have a little chitty chat conversation about it. And today, what do we do? Yeah, this competition was hard. This was like, ooh, we're a bit blurry today. This competition, this Maxi challenge was difficult. But anyway, so I just wanted to pause for a second and, well, talk about, this Monet and Asia banter that's going on. Am I still blurry? This is going to be a constant theme throughout this whole goddamn video. This whole, like, Monet and Asia sisterly banter. I know, like, there's always a sisterly kind of thing amongst everyone, but there is a particular banter going on between those two, and I'm happy that gets to continue for at least one more episode. Just because they're a little bit shady towards each other, but you know that it's not. It's funny shade. And I feel like this season needed some funny shade because there has been some serious shit going down. So last week's mini challenge, which we didn't have a video on that, and if you watched my This Will Be Deleted video, you know why that was going on. Anyway, the one with the sitting, was it the last week with the sitting and the cake and the sitting down on things? My ass would have done very well in that. But they've had some really good mini challenges this season. This slapping one was so funny. Asia won so that she wouldn't sue Ru. Not that I think anyone would sue Ru. I mean, could you imagine walking around and saying, RuPaul slapped me, not RuPaul slapped me? I would pay money for that title. So when they were doing their little talkies with everyone, Ru did a really good talk with everyone. Everyone had like a really good moment with Ru. The Vixen talk was scary. I knew that the Vixen wouldn't like come at Ru because Ru was, you know, attempting to be helpful. But there was some kind of odd tension here, like a grandfather, which the age things here are kind of, well, like a father trying to talk to their child. Not saying that Vixen is a child, but that's what it felt like. It felt like some kind of life lesson passing down, like I was you once, but it just felt very, do you know what I mean? It was very tense. Do I have something on my face? It wasn't quite to that level, but that was where I felt like it was going. So we always see with little, like episodes where there seems to be like more airtime going to people that end up going home. Like last week when Blair went home, there was this moment where we were kind of hearing more from Blair and getting more of her story going in, and that's when I was thinking like, this bitch is going home. And that is kind of what happened this episode as well with the Vixen, because Asia, goddamn, needs to go into some kind of like therapy course or something because she broke that down. She did really well with that. I want a friend like Asia to help me figure out my shit because she had it. She was figuring it out, and I'm glad that the Vixen was listening to it because there was truth there, and it was delivered really well. So the Maxi challenge, like I said, that's hard. That's too hard. Like singing like someone else and also doing choreography, that's hard. What's even harder is paying attention to them when Todrick's dancers are shirtless around. That is cruel and unusual punishment. I'm here trying to focus on Kameron, and here these godlike men are just fluttering around with these like, they have that thing where it has that ab, and then it comes down, but then it like curves around, and then they've got like this little area. What do they eat? What kind of exercise? I guess they dance all day. Kameron did great. Kameron had a very like, I feel like there wasn't as much dance moves going on, but she had fantastic delivery. And it was only until after the judges' critique did I really like appreciate how well Kameron did. Because at the time, I kind of felt like, oh, you know, Kameron's singing really well right now. She's doing a lot of really good shared delivery. Do you see this? Do you see this? Oh, you can see it. So, do you see this little like white area here? That is actually, hot tip kids for being an adult, don't put anything metallic in a microwave. I knew this, totally forgot, almost blew my goddamn house up. What it looks like though, is it looks like little like Pikachu lightning coming down. I almost died, but the aesthetics there. What was I saying? Oh yeah, I didn't realize until after the judges spoke about Kameron, how well she really did. And she did really well. So I think The Vixen, I think the Vixen did a really good performance, but it was just the Vixen doing the Vixen. Do you know what I mean? Like there wasn't really any Cher stuff going on there, but it was, the dance moves were really on point. The singing also wasn't bad, but it just wasn't fitting in with the challenge. And Aquaria was kind of in the same boat. Like I feel like she had more Cher attributes than the Vixen did, but her dancing was a little bit more off and her singing was a bit more off. So it was a bit of a double-edged sword. Like it wasn't but it had funny moments as well. So I feel like she was more in the criteria, but the performance was shakier. So in a way, what I'm saying is it was like they both had pros and cons for being in the bottom. As soon as Asia forgot the words though, but then she kind of like tried to cover it up a little bit, but she also was missing words while covering it up. It kind of worked, but not really. She by far, okay, so with the Untucked, she was talking about how she feels like she was set up to fail by giving that part, by being given that part. And it was kind of like the thing in All Stars 3 with Thorgy Thor and Stevie Nicks. I feel like if you really get creative with any role, you can really rock it. I mean, she didn't rock it. I don't think that's a very good excuse. Ever. Like, if you're given the cast of the slime, what am I trying to say here? Just be the best slime there ever was possible. And it wasn't from a lack of trying though. So I'm making no sense. I'm completely in my head right now, aren't I? I feel like she definitely tried, but then again, she didn't do all the words correctly. So had she already kind of given up before it began? Because she was like, well, this is the hardest part. Potentially. I like Asia though. I like Asia. Eureka, when she started, I was worried. But she had some fantastic moments. She shined throughout the whole thing, and I didn't really mind either that it ramped up a little bit. I kind of thought that it was cool. I mean, it didn't fit with the competition or the Cher, but it was almost like a real coming of age story, but right before our eyes, where there's like, usually it's a performance where you pretend like you're a really shy performer and then at the end you're like the most fantastic person ever, but this was real. Like she was actually terrified, and then at the end she really got into it. I thought it was great. I thought she was like gonna be potentially the winner because it was so hard. At the time, I actually thought Cracker frickin' killed it. I thought she did a fantastic job. I thought she did really well. I thought she was one of the tops, and especially with all the microphone-y stuff she had to do, I think she did really well. But maybe I'm just not like as well equipped with in the Cher universe to know who would do a good job and who wouldn't do a good job. Because I feel like everyone, I know all of Cher's songs, but have I watched all of her performances? No. So I'm not the one to really be the authority on this at all, but I thought she did well. The judges thought she just did fine. So, and they would definitely know better than me. These runways, Kameron's in particular, how does that boy, that woman, come out looking like that? Every look Kameron has done has been fantastic. This one was beautiful. And the fact that he has like the really muscly, manly pecs kind of means that he doesn't really ever need to wear like a breastplate. Because he has like kind of an outline of some kind of form there, which I will never have. The eye thing. The Aquaria was doing with the eyes going down. How did she do that? I feel like, okay, was this how it worked? So she had the eyelash that came off the eye, and then there was like a thing dropped down in front of her. But or was it, because then she'd need to blink, right? How was she blinking? Was she blinking? Did she have her eyes like this the whole time, maybe? And it was like over the eyelid, but she had her eyes. But then she was saying in Untucked she was looking through little holes. I'm confused. If anyone has any kind of explanation for how the hell that happened, please let me know. I thought Eureka looked incredible. She looked beautiful. Wait, why am I so defensive about that? No one disagreed with me. I think Eureka looked beautiful. She's killing this competition. Eureka is at the very top for me right now. I think she's potentially going to win this. I don't see why not at this point. Like, she's very high up there. So, when we were back at the start of this, I was really going for Miss Cracker. Miss Cracker is still one of my favorites, but surprisingly, she's kind of slipped down the pile for me a little bit, and weirdly enough, and I have no idea when this happened, but Aquaria has risen higher and higher because I feel like I relate to her a lot. because I am so ditzy. Her sense of humor is very much like mine. I'm funny when I don't mean to be, and people usually laugh at me rather than with me, so I relate to that. And it's, the looks are beautiful. She's also like taking her flaws and making them into something else. And in Untucked, and she also, like, when she gets not attacked, but kind of, I don't know, she's holding herself relatively well, and I like that she's oblivious to things, and I think that that's actually going to help her a lot. But I still like Miss Cracker, but when that controversy was happening between the two, I was like, oh, I love Miss Cracker. She's so down to earth. She's so, like, the person I relate to the most. But now I'm feeling more like I relate more to Aquaria, because she's just kind of, like, doing her own thing and, like, killing the challenges at the same time. I don't know. I like them both. Why do I need to? Well, now I'm feeling like Aquaria, because before I was thinking it was going to be like Eureka, Miss Cracker, and then anyone else's game. But now I'm thinking it's like Eureka, Aquaria, and Kameron. That's weird. I don't know who's going to be top 3 in this. It is anyone's game. Anyway, guys, I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did enjoy this video, consider hitting the subscribe button down there, because I make these videos every week. From now on, there's been a whole situation going on. Ignore that. And I will see you guys next week.